Welcome back to another episode of the Fundamental Breakdown, formerly known as Gossip. I want to thank you guys for coming to check out the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Especially for all my followers that come back and check in, even though I don't do podcasts all the time. I appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. I love you guys. That's why I talk about the things that I talk about. That's why I don't really talk about a bunch of political stuff that's going on, because what's going on in the world should be kind of irrelevant, but not totally. Because our focus at this time should be our mental fortitude, because there's a lot going on that we need to make sure that when shit really does hit the fan, that we're mentally prepared. Like our mental strength has been built up, because we're going to need mental strength to get through this transition we're entering in. Because the dollar will collapse, and when it collapses is what you going to do. So I hope you guys are buying seeds, getting you some gold and silver, doing the things that are necessary in order to make it through the situation. Food will be the most vital resource that you can put your hands on. So being able to grow food, that means buying tillers, buying hoes, buying shovels, getting pots. If you live in an apartment, getting you some potting soil, start practicing growing food. Get your thumb green, because you will have to grow your own food. That's just the way this world is going. Prepare yourself for this stuff. Stop thinking that the grocery store is going to always be there for you to shop out of. We already see that the food is fucked up. Like they've been telling us, you've been seeing it from the different outbreaks and everything and stuff like that. They vaccinating the chickens, they vaccinating the fish, they vaccinating the pigs. It's like we're not going to be able to keep going off the food that's in the grocery stores. With the way and then at the rate Trump is shutting down all the bull, is the grocery stores is coming. It's coming. They're giving people time. From 2020, we have been given time to prepare ourselves. Most people are not even focused on preparing themselves. They just day to day going to a job, trying to figure how to make $1, which ain't nothing wrong with making $1, because we all need $1. But at this time, we supposed to be multi-dimensional, quantum. That's why quantum is so important, because we got to take up 2 positions at once. And so now it's like you got to be trying to move forward in society, plus prepare yourself for the downfall of society, because both are happening at the same time. We're moving forward and we're collapsing at the same damn time. And so you have to be moving in that same allocation. You have to be focusing on new ways to make money and preparing for survival. Those that are just focused on money will not survive. Those that just focused on survival, you struggling right now with money. So you have to do both until we can get to the other side. The other side will be grand. They're going to come out with all kind of technologies that's going to be life extending, all kind of stuff they have came up with. And they're going to provide it to the people, but you're going to have to make it through the struggle time. Because a period of struggle is going to happen for everybody. People are still stuck in their ways of wanting to live where they live instead of preparing themselves by moving away from the volcano areas, moving away from the fault lines, getting somewhere a little bit more safer. They have already put out future maps of North America. Go look them up. Whether you believe that it's going to happen or not, your belief is irrelevant. We're going through a shift. The earth is shifting. So that means everything is going to change. Everything. School structure, everything is going to change. Prepare yourself for it. And if you don't care, then you don't care. Like, I can't care more for you than you care for yourself. That's just That's crazy on my behalf. So those of you that do care, do what you need to do. Prepare yourself. Try to find a good location. Look for high altitude areas, especially if you stay in the flood zone area. Some of us don't even know we live in flood zones, but yet shit's flooding. So it's a lot of stuff going on. I don't want to take up too much time with this right here. This is an episode right here about the dawning. This is the dawning. I am really thinking about doing a YouTube episode of a YouTube series of the dawning, because I really enjoy when people expose how shit just dawned on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, the real question is, when did it dawn on you? Like, when did life dawn on you that shit wasn't what you thought it was? You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about doing a YouTube show of this. And if I do, I will let you guys know, so that you guys can come on and be guests. Some of you guys have never met me at all, not in person. Some of you guys have talked to me on the phone. Some of you have. And most of you have not. And so this will be an opportunity for you guys to actually see who I am, because I know a lot of y'all want to see who I am, and you have no idea how many people been like, who are you? I'm nobody, but I'm somebody at the same time. And so I'm thinking about doing the dawning. If you would like to be a featured guest on the dawning, to want to chop it up about when the shit dawned on you about the world for the first time, and see how life changed for you once stuff dawned on you, I would love to hear your story. If you would like to be a guest on that show, hit me up, email me at Dkonmaverick@gmail.com. That's DKONMAVERICK@gmail.com. I would love to have you on as a show. So again, this show is about the dawning. It does go into the Lord, Reptilian and Man. This is one of them shows again. Again, like I keep saying, that this is important, that we understand who the Lord is. And a lot, I know this is not to offend anybody, but it's offensive. And the reason why you need to be offended, I remember this one time, I was reading the Bible, and of course I can't tell you the passage because I don't study the Bible no more. I did it as a child, so I have a great memory of it, because when I read the Bible, I absorbed the information. I didn't read it, I absorbed it. It became a part of me. And so I can recall a lot of things, especially the teachings of it. And so it was one man was offended, and so they was like, what should we do? Jesus was like, go get offended again. You go get offended until you stop being offended. So this is going to be, it's offensive to talk about the Lord Reptilian Man, because it's so touchy with people. But this is important to understand, because the Lord is not who people think he is. And the reason why he's not who you think he is, because you've been told to think of him in this way, like he's such grand and good, this and that. But if you just read it and think about the Lord as a normal person, you'll be like, that nigga is evil. It is clear to see, but because they call him God, you be like, everything he does is good. Even though he's killing, sending his people to go kill, to do whatever. Always requesting blood, sacrificing, like what's up with him and all this blood? But again, that goes back to the Lord. That's why you see all this stuff with the celebrities and the blood sacrificing and the child trafficking. All this stuff goes back to the Lord. This is the Lord's people, that when he put them in place to do this shit, that's what they've been doing ever since the Lord came. Ever since they invaded the planet. It was an invasion. And from that invasion, they've been drinking blood, sacrificing people. Since then, it ain't stopped. It ain't stopped from the past 6,000 years ago, and it really goes back farther than that. But it haven't changed. It has not changed. And that's why you need to be aware of this, because it's really our time to be free. But though, if, like I said before, I can't be free if you still in change. So we have to all get free. We have to all be free. And so again, I do this because I love you. I wouldn't talk about this stuff if I just cared about me. It would be useless to talk to you about it. It'll be useless if I just cared about me. So that tells you I gotta care about the world just as much as I care about myself. Because if I did not, I would not do so. So I care about you, even though I don't know you. And so I know this is a touchy subject, but we got to go through this. This is an episode of me and a friend of mine just chopping it up like a typical gossip show. We just talking, and this is what we go through, what we talking about. And so I'm bringing y'all in on this show, letting y'all hear about it. I do have another show coming out. That'll probably be out next week or whatever. And so check it out. Thank you guys again for coming in. Think about the Lord planning the first thing. Alright, so this is so we're gonna talk about the next stage in this thing. Cause I think this is very important right here, though. Is the fact that nobody want to pay attention to the very first commandment. And the very first thing the Lord told him to do. So in Genesis 7, he formed man of the dust. The next thing he told him to do, because we got everything about the Lord planting the garden, the rivers. Then he talking about how good the gold is. The gold is good now. Mm-hmm. And then he say, verse 2:15. This is the second time he done got back to the man. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and keep it. Mm-hmm. That's the very first commandment he gave him. Dress and keep the land. He ain't told him nothing else. He ain't told him about how to conduct himself or nothing. He put him here to work. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted him stupid.
Pretty much.
Yeah. He wanted him stupid because why wouldn't he? Why? How we know the Lord didn't want His creation to know nothing? Because He made a tree of knowledge of good and evil. The key word in that phrase is knowledge. Knowledge is always gonna be good and evil. But one thing is always what else is gonna do? It's gonna be beneficial.
That's right.
And the Lord didn't want him to have no knowledge because he had one task, and that task was to dress and keep the land, or to mine that gold and onyx stone and bdellium. That's why the gold was good. That's why the gold was good. And then when the serpent came along and talked to him, he got mad. And he like, see, we're gonna put you out, and serpent, you eat him. And that, like your Lord don't like you the way people think they do. Think he does. And it's very evident, but people just ignore it. But Lord really don't care nothing about you.
No.
I'm serious.
I know that. I know. That's why I was like, it rang in my ears at the end of one of them songs of Kendrick Lamar. I think the song is called Real. And at the end, when the man was explaining how that we was all cursed.
That we was all what?
And that we was all cursed.
Yes.
They said that we're supposed, because of our disobedience, we're supposed to get smacked. That's what it said at the end of Kendrick Lamar. Every time I hear that said, yeah. And I was like, that man saying that for something. But I was trying to figure out, you know, there had to be a discernment in what he got out of what he read out the Bible for him to say that.
He said, because of a curse, we deserve to be smited.
He said that we are all cursed.
Okay.
And that I will have to play that darn song or when you hear it, when the man says it. Yep. It makes sense. It makes sense in its own way. Not too many people listen to real.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick Lamar song real. I listen to it. It's deep.
Yeah, I know it is deep. Yeah, I know it is deep. I know it is coming from Kendrick. I know it is.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, like this shit, it just we all, man, like people don't really like pay attention to what the hell is like going on, you know what I'm saying? And like I said before, it's really the brainwashing, because we've been told that God is good. See, we were told all that stuff as a child, so you just believe the shit. And you know what I'm saying? And even when reading it for yourself, you still believe the shit, you know what I'm saying? Versus reading it for like it is. And maybe I read it the way I do because I was taking the time to study law, you know what I'm saying? Because law is very matter of fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's very matter of fact. Like, every letter means some shit. Like, A even has its own meaning. Of has a meaning.
Yeah.
So every word has a meaning. You know what I'm saying? And also knowing how to read. Just like it's one show I did called The Bible Something. And I went over Psalms, which is, I think Psalm is the Lord's Prayer. Something about our shepherd, I shall not want.
Yeah.
I'm like, when they say the Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want, there's a comma. You know what I'm saying? But people just blow right past the comma.
That means pause.
Yeah, pause. Stop right here. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. That stop. That means I shouldn't want this nigga as my shepherd, but he is.
Right.
You,
I'm so confused about that. Like, I'm sitting in church confused. My mama sitting up there like she understand it. I'm confused because my questions are already flying. It was flying when I read it and I hear it. I'm like, but why y'all saying that? Like, wait a minute.
I know it. Like,
what am I missing? Because y'all just breezing right on over through this in church.
Mm-hmm.
Explaining this, you're not explaining this. And then what's the other lean not.
Boy, I'm glad you brought that up. We just talked about that shit the other day. Go ahead.
That right there has thrown me for a loop.
Lean not to your own understanding. Come on now. What?
Right.
Who understanding do I supposed to lean on then if I can't think of one? Shit.
Now, how am I supposed to? I'm not supposed to lean into my own understanding.
Like, I know it. Like, you don't think.
Don't think, just do.
Don't think, just do. Don't think.
That didn't sit well with me either. Yeah. And I said, well, look, I don't know if this is going against all odds, but the only way I'm going to get this is that I do lean into my own understanding.
That's right. That's right.
It's just so, I mean, you know, don't lean into your own understanding. It's like on what part?
It's I wish I knew that verse and pass it. Lean not to your own understanding. Somebody depend on the Lord or something like that and say.
I got it also on this phone too, man.
I mean, but that's what this book is written for, and that's what people don't understand. That's why I said this is one of the greatest books ever written, because it's light and dark at the same time, and it's meant to either free you or enslave you. It's gonna do one of the two, depending on your mindset. It's gonna either free you or enslave you.
That's right.
And most people are being enslaved because of the brainwash. Just coming up from a child just telling you this is right, or that is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Versus reading it for yourself.
See, I couldn't, I just could not, listen to them too hard when they was saying all that. And I'm like, I hear what y'all saying, but I don't.
Right.
Because it doesn't make sense to me. Like, my mind was wide open and, they really couldn't quite. I stayed quiet about it. Let's just say that. I had my own thoughts about it and I wasn't letting it out to anyone because I don't want people staring at me because everybody's sitting around is Christians and I'm sitting here like, okay.
Uh-huh.
I felt like I had my own connection with the Most High anyway, so why am I getting baptized?
Right.
But that's what you do. That's what you do when you're a Baptist and you go to church.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stay quiet about what I really thought.
And that's what a lot of people do. They just stay quiet about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
because in most times it was taboo to be talking against and questioning.
Yep. That's what they say.
You're going to get hit by bolts of lightning.
By lightning, yep.
Like that.
Yep, lightning gonna strike you down, and you're not supposed to question the Lord and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like when I was talking about the Lord coming down and choosing Mary. Now the thing about what I get with these Christians, they got a damn excuse for the Lord, and everything the Lord do, they got an excuse for it. And I'm like, why in hell? Because this is what we literally at, in hell. Why in hell would the Lord go to a married woman and be like, hey, baby, you gonna have my child? Like, what in the... Who is this nigga? Only in hell would that happen. Like, come on, man. Because if I was in heaven, my God would have went to a single woman to have a child. He would have went and married his own wife and told you about his wife. And she had my child.
I know.
Man, I'm like, come on, man. Like, people just, I don't know. It's just the brainwashing has set up excuses and created excuses, and people just don't want to accept things for what they are. They like, the brainwashing is real. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, the brainwashing is real. I know it is. And this is exactly why, people are lost.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and another thing is the fear.
Yeah.
Because I was told that I'm supposed to be afraid of the Lord. And I'm like, well, if I have a God that loves me as much as you say the Lord loved you, why in the world would I be afraid of my God that loved me the way you say the Lord loved you? Why would I be afraid of that? Because that's supposed to be pure love.
Yep.
I don't have to be afraid of love. But you telling me I should fear. The reason why you telling me I should fear is because I'm dealing with a devil. And he steals, he kills, he rapes, he does all kind of shit. That's why you need to fear this nigga.
That's right.
Because he don't mind killing your ass. You see, he just told his first creation they're going to be eaten by the serpent. He don't mind killing you. That's why they talking about casting motherfuckers in lakes of fire.
That's right.
But you supposed to be a loving God. But you want to cast people in the fire.
Right. Jealous God. God, that real God is of love.
Of love.
Not all of this stuff. Not all of this extra stuff.
Not all this extra stuff.
It's extra stuff. Yes, it is. Because I mean, it makes you almost terrified. Some people terrified to read the Bible. They don't want to be Bible.
I know.
They don't want to be. They don't want to be what's in it because they're like, man, wait, hold on. And they're like, no, you come up with the right answer. The thing is that you got to have discernment before you do that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get quiet, meditate, something for you damn do.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about it, you know what I'm saying, it's like, yeah, you gotta have that discernment so you won't be fooled. And that's why, like, the Lord, everybody don't belong to the Lord. The Lord is specifically talking to his people. But the Lord, like, I'm gonna make everybody my people though, cause that's the same way the motherfucking government is, man. Like, this nigga don't leave nobody alone. But you know what I'm saying? It's like he talking to my people, but it's just like he said, the Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want. He want to be over everybody. Mm-hmm.
All the time with that, and it makes absolutely zero sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
On that end, it was zero. It made zero sense. The Lord is my shepherd; I shall not.
I shall not. I shall not.
He maketh me lay down in green pastures.
He maketh me lay down.
He maketh me lay down. He lead me beside the still water.
What kind of water? And shit, you telling me he
restores my soul.
You telling me he ain't putting dick in you?
In the path of righteousness.
No, he putting good dick in you. I shouldn't say that. He give you some good ding-a-ling. You know what I'm saying? Give you some real good ding-a-ling. He restoring your soul. You like I ain't heard no woman talk about you in my soul. He in my soul. He restored.
To make the soul close.
I'm trying to tell you. He restored. And then he take you and then let his partners run a train on you.
Oh, goodness.
It's right. You gotta ask, why is it set up that way? Give me that passage so I can pull it up real quick. Because I done went over that passage one time. This song, son, I'm going to go over it one more time.
Which one?
The Lord is my shepherd, that I shall not want. You know that passage?
Yeah, so the whole thing.
What psalm is it so I can pull it up? I tell you, I don't be doggone studying the Bible. It's like going off childhood memory.
Oh, which one is it? What book is it?
That's let me see. I think I got it somewhere.
Is it Psalm 24?
I have no idea.
It might be Psalm 24.
I ain't Psalm 24. I think it's Psalm 28.
Thank you.
Damn, that's terrible. We don't even know what damn song it is.
Psalm 24. That should be Psalms.
I can't even put it up.
It is Psalms, though.
Psalm 23.
Oh, well, I said 24. Well, you know, I was close.
You right there at it, though. Yeah, check this now.
Okay, go ahead.
This is so we go from here. So I'm gonna start with 23:4, where it say, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow, I shall feel no evil, for thy rod and thy staff they comfort me."
Oh.
Oh, am I in the wrong one?
No, I think you went. If you're going from the beginning,
no.
Or you just.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, that's the one, yeah. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And then this Bible got a period at the end. This one ain't even got a comma.
Because even the version that I have on my phone, is probably older than my Bible. It's older than the Bible that I have.
So again, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. Water is never still unless it's a.
What is currency? Current flows.
Mm-hmm. They made a puddle. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. For his name's sake, not mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
you know, that's just like, come on now. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. The rod and that staff comfort me. Now that's why I say he took it to his homeboys.
Yeah. It sounds like some sharing.
Yeah, listen, check this. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Now hold on. Let's stop for a second.
No, I'm gonna tell you exactly what that sounds like. That sounds like. Have you ever seen the videos of the Illuminati? Where they have the people laying across those tables. That's what I see. That's what I see. When you say that, that's what I see.
That's probably what happened, Coach. Let's keep going. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over.
They goddamn ammonia oil right over your damn head because they finna cook your ass and eat you.
Who? Hey, there it is. Why are you preparing a table for me in the presence of my enemies? Why do my enemies have to even be there? Why are you breaking? Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Because we have already initiated your ass out of river. You didn't know it was your initiation. But now you know.
It's a ritual.
Now I prepared the table in front of thine enemies.
And
thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell, is not a great word, dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I didn't quite, it sounded like when I first read that and I was in church and reading, it seemed like that thing that, it seemed like it went up there, went down, and it went up and then it went down again. And I'm like, wait, there's something wrong with how this sounds. It does not sound pleasant. It sounds If there's two people there, one's got a rod, the other one's got a bat.
Oh yeah, see, it's a sex ritual. See, that's what people missing, but they tell you it's a sex ritual from the start when he say he making me lie down.
That's right. He made you lie down. He didn't give you the opportunity to do it that way.
That's right.
He made you lie
It's
down.
a sex ritual.
Besides the still water.
Mm-hmm.
Still water. Hold on. There's something about that. Hold on. There's something about, because still water means something.
Mm-hmm.
Other than not being carbonated, natural mineral water.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't still water though.
I done seen plenty of still water. You ain't never
Well, it's not a river. It's not a river.
No,
It would have to be a pond.
It's a woman's juices.
Oh, still water. Wait a minute. Huh?
It's a woman's juices.
Her juices is the still water.
Once
It
it hit
makes me lie down.
beside still waters.
Somebody else's juices?
Hold on, hold on. See that beside part. Hold on.
That's what I'm talking about. Still water.
Yeah.
Still water would be a pond. Still water would be
It would definitely be a pun.
yeah, still water has to be a pond because it doesn't have any currents.
Yeah, and they off in a pasture. So he made a lie down in a pasture by a pond.
Mm-hmm.
And then he restores the soul while she laying down. And
Yeah, that's six.
that's sex all day long.
Six.
He leadeth me in the path of righteousness that's coming for his name's sake.
For his name's
For
sake.
his, not yours, but for his name's sake. So what does that mean? Say my name, baby. Daddy.
My name, say my name.
Daddy, Big Daddy.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Big Daddy's your name.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
And then it says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. That means he taking him somewhere dangerous.
He's taking her.
Taking her.
His place.
Mm-hmm.
Where he dwells.
Mm-hmm. And then
That's his dwelling.
it says, facts. 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 And then it say, there's already some people there, because thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies.
Then that was his house.
That was his house. And it say, thou
dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen.
Mm-hmm. And then it says, check this now. Then it say, thou anointest my head with oil. It didn't say he, like in the beginning where it say, he maketh me lie down, he restoreth my soul. It said, thou anointest my head. That means my enemies are putting some type of oil on my head. Now we already know the Lord done has.
It sounds like they might be ejaculating.
They ejaculating. Cause why? How we know? Cause it already done started off with sex. And so now they putting some oil on my head. And my cup runneth over. What is that cup?
Your mouth.
Your mouth. Come on now. So now we get some understanding around this mother. You feel me? Your cup runneth over can only be two things. Because you only got two cups on your body. A man got one, a woman got two.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
There's two cups that can be running over.
The Holy Grail cups is actually the bottom half of your is the bottom half of your face and your neck.
Mm-hmm.
My cup runneth over.
My cup runneth over.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to hear that though. But that's why I'm doing it, because it's so important. It's important to do this.
Surely mercy shall follow me all the days of my life.
Uh-huh.
But you chose this other path, though.
Mm-hmm.
The other one's over there. But you decided to want to dwell in the house of the Lord thy God forever. Amen.
Forever.
Yep. Yep.
Forever. Like,
yep.
I like this shit.
Yep. That's exactly what I do too. Yep, that's it.
Like it got some more stuff. Like it, like if people knew that when they were sleeping with Mary and talking about the honey on her lips and all that stuff, they knew they were talking about the cum. They'll be like, "Oh my goodness, I didn't know that was in here." You know what I'm saying? It's like people when they read, they don't take time to pay attention. They ain't paying attention.
They want to jump past that part.
They not paying attention at all.
The important part, sometimes the rest of it, that be the most important part. Like, what are they really saying to you? What is this really saying to you? And they want to skip it and do down past the darn thing.
With no understanding. And they all think they got understanding and they ain't got none.
Because they are the elders and whomever else that ain't elders and they the new modern day, whatever you want to call them. I can't with these with the news. I can't. I'm sticking to the plan of I know better.
Mm-hmm.
The plan of I know better. It's called I know better.
Mm-hmm.
I know better than that. And which direction that I've been seeing most here lately, I'm going in a whole total different direction than they are. I'm happy about it though.
Yeah, because the thing about it, and that's why people need to get ready, because the Lord is coming back.
I know the Lord is coming back.
He say he coming back, and he's coming back. You know what I'm saying? All this, one dude told me, he was like, why was the Lord so hands-on back then, but he ain't hands-on now? Like, all those miracles being performed and stuff back then, you're like, why are they happening now? Like that, well, you hear about a sea being split or cloud, and all that type of stuff. I say, well, if we look at it like this, obviously, if he was doing it back then, and you look at how he was telling them to take over land and this and that, I say, obviously, he was setting his people up. And once he got finished setting his people up, he hauled ass.
Yes.
The job was done.
Yep.
The job was done, so he left. And that's why he coming back, because he's coming to check up on shit.
Yep.
The job was done, so he could leave.
That's right.
And it's important that people recognize who this Lord is, because what people thinking the Lord coming back to save them, he really coming back to destroy motherfuckers.
I know.
And that's what people ain't getting. But if you go into the book, they talk about when I think he say Jesus though, or Christ. Somebody say Christ. I ain't read. It's been a long time, but we know. But it say when I return, I'm turning husband against wife, father against son, mother against daughter. Right? I'm turning everybody against each other, and the understanding against each other is cause it's gonna be like this. There's gonna be those that's gonna go with it, and then there's gonna be those that don't, and that's why everybody gonna turn against each other. Cause certain people gonna know the truth when they hear it, and certain people ain't.
It's gonna be real easy for some of them to turn against their people.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be real easy for some of them because they don't love each other now.
They sure don't.
And that's a fact. You see that shit right now. They don't love each other now.
Mm-hmm. And that's
easy for them to turn. It's gonna be a fit for a lot of them. I'm serious. It's gonna be ridiculous. That's why in the Bible, say whenever when God is supposed to come back to take his people home back to heaven, that he'll take up rocks and and souls before he let the devil have more souls than him.
He'll do what?
You ain't never read that in the Bible.
Yeah, as a child, I probably have. Say it again.
Say that God will take pebbles off the ground, off the earth, up and souls before he let the devil have more souls than him.
That sounds like this is a competition.
Do you hear? Okay.
It sounds like a competition.
Yeah, and I couldn't.
Now, if he wanted so many souls, why he's talking about 144,000? So obviously it must be gonna be something else done.
I don't know. So that God is not gonna let the devil win. He will take pebbles off the ground as souls before he let the devil have more souls than him. I mean, hey, the Almighty one creator, only first creator ever, created them pebbles, and he can take them up as whatever he wants. But can the devil do that? Nope. He can only take what the fuck you created.
And this is the other question. If God created the devil, why he struggle so much to fight with this nigga?
Okay, so then, I guess that takes you all the way back to the story that the devil was actually his side, his number one. Okay, he wanted to be bigger than God. That's what the story that we pretty much got all
right.
That.
But the Lord created him though, right?
Lord created
so
him.
How you
But he loved him so much, but he could not let him be equal to him. He couldn't be, the devil couldn't be like, the devil was the choir director. The story we got now.
See this.
He was choir director. His real name is Samael. Okay. His real name is Samael, but he was God's he loved him with everything. He loved him with everything. That's why I said, okay.
So he loved Samuel more than the rest of the angels. Is that kind of how the story given to you?
It kind of points that way. It kind of points that way. But see, this is the thing. There is a competition. That's why the Son of Man come through Mary. This is my understanding now.
Okay, go ahead.
That's why he came through Mary, because he needed another one here on earth. He already cast Samael out because he wanted to be bigger than God. Well, you can't be bigger than your Creator. He created you. He created everything. So then, he cast him down to the earth, and there's where it starts to make sense, right? About what we talked about earlier, creating man in his own sight.
Well, the Lord created man from the dust.
That's what I'm talking about. The Lord, thy God did. The Lord did. Yeah. He cast him down. Okay, and then along come. Here's the story of Mary and Joseph and Adam, Jesus Christ. Would they not be brothers?
Who? Jesus and who?
And the devil, his brothers. There's where you got the good angel, you got bad angel. You ain't never paid attention to cartoons, and every last time them old school cartoons had an angel and the devil on each shoulder. They showed it to us in cartoons.
I ain't never looked at it as brothers though.
I always look at that shit like that because I was in church. I was like, that was at this age and time in my life, that's the only conclusion I could come to, is that they were brothers. Because Jesus was artificially inseminated into Mary.
That ain't what the story I read say.
That's the story they gave us.
That's the story they gave you though. That's the story I read.
What story you read?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go find it. I'm gonna have to
read it. I'm gonna have to go back and read.
I don't know the passage. Let me see if I can find the passage real quick.
I'll tell you.
Hold on, let me.
Because that's why I say that's the only conclusion I can come to. You had Son of Man, Samael was cast down. They got the same father. They brothers. He the father of all. They are brothers. God is the father of all of us, especially them two.
Well, God is definitely my father, but the Lord he is not.
Oh no. That is definitely a story that was taught to us. That's what I remember. That Samael was cast down to the earth. Well, the devil, the choir director, whatever you want to call it. That's exactly why music has the biggest influence, because the devil is the prince of the skies in every way. And that part never dawned on me until I was going to school. I took American government class. And at that point in time, we were discussing how buildings in New York, how that you couldn't have your building go but so high if it was beside somebody else's building. Like your it couldn't be but so high. It couldn't go up to where you couldn't see past that one. It had to be, and I'm like, okay. The Lord is running everything, even the air.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta pay a penalty if you go higher than the next building beside you. You want to inch higher. You gotta pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. I was like, really? Oh, boy, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Prince of the air, Prince of the skies, Prince of the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Everything went through the airwaves.
Looking through these passages real quick.
I got some stuff flagged in my Bible that I'm gonna look through when I go to the house to get my black. I had to lean into my own understanding on that one.
I know that's right.
I did. I really did. Because I had been confused. Like, okay, we got kings down to the earth. Okay. So, where were they before they was cast down and down to the earth? Down south.
Mm-hmm.
Like the video you sent me, there is no south.
Mm-hmm.
There's only north.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that too that you sent me. I watched that. I said, still. Like, wow, this girl is spitting some knowledge. That first girl.
Mm-hmm.
She spitting some knowledge.
And they know it to be so. People still want to go with that the fact that the earth is round. And all ancient stories tell you that the fucking earth is flat. I'm like,
The book says that the earth is flat.
I knew it, didn't it though?
It says it right there. It is flat.
It's flat.
Flat earth is what it says. Flat earth.
Yeah, and in the story go that the ancient people believe that the earth was flat. They talking about man would fall off the earth. I mean, I grew up hearing this as a child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, what people get off like, how can the earth be flat? Cause the human body ain't flat. Hell, the earth ain't flat in the way you trying to make it like it's a piece of paper. No, but it got to be flat in order for the water to sit still.
That's right.
Cause if it was a damn, how could it be a ball?
It
especially spinning. Something gotta be containing it, and if it was spinning the way the globe make it look, then there shouldn't be no ocean. All the water should be in the sky. If it's spinning, because if I set a ball here and a clear circle ball that you could see inside, and I took it and I spent it fast as hell, it'd be like looking on the inside of a washing machine. All the water gonna go to the edges.
That's right.
Because you see how fast the washing machine spinning.
That's right.
You see how fast the dryer is spinning. Where the clothes go, they go to the edge.
Yeah.
So how is water able to stay still where it's at if we spinning like that and we on a damn round globe?
Right, but something's going on though, because everything's spinning to the right. Even the washing machine, toilet water, tub water.
It's the atmosphere we in. If you was in South America, it'd spin to the left.
Spin to the left. That's right.
That's why they call it the equator.
That's right.
Because once you cross over the threshold, it switches directions.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
But yeah, man, the earth been flat. I don't know why people. And I asked the pilot, and he said it was flat.
They said it can't be flat. I was like, yeah, we got mountains and all that and everything, but the main part, the main thing is that we're like you sit in your damn house. You ain't sitting to the left or to the right, sliding this shit. You have to sit flat.
You sitting flat.
Right.
And no matter how high I done been up in a plane, it's flat, man. Even the pilot said it was flat.
That's right. If you ever been on the darn plane, you'll know it's flat.
You'll know it's flat. And if you don't think it's flat, ask the pilot.
Exactly.
The damn pilot to tell you. Because he told me. Because I asked. Because, you know, like shit.
Not the one that saw that it was flat.
Exactly.
It was flat. It was flat. When we landed, we was on a flat runway.
Exactly. It's flat. It's flat. I was talking to a gun enthusiast. Guy was in the military. He said he can shoot a mile. He said he can shoot up to a mile. And he got to telling me that after 200, I think he was like 278 yards, you got to begin to do more calculations on the curvature of the earth. I said, see, that's who I got an issue with. Because while you call it the curvature of the earth, I'm going to just call it gravity. Because gravity have a major impact on things once it's done been in the air a long time.
That's right.
But you want to say it's the curvature of the earth. So that's what the military taught you with that brainwashing shit to make you think this motherfucker round.
Exactly.
But it's gravity. When I said that, he got quiet because he was like, shit, you compensating for gravity over such a long distance.
That's right.
That's what you compensating for gravity.
That's right. You're trying to manipulate it to where you can go a little further.
Without it going into the ground before it get to the target.
That's right.
And if you can shoot a mile, come on, bro. Come on, man.
That sounds like some Angelina Jolie wanted shit.
It's a lot of things, right? Like right now, it's like our biggest challenge is knowing where we gonna fit in this thing, and we really ain't know where to fit. You know what I'm saying? But we do need to gain wisdom, though. We need to be smarter.
You gotta be smarter.
Because the challenge is gonna get tougher and more deceptive. That's the real key. Because the challenge is going to become more deceptive. Because it's already deceptive now. I was just watching the movie. You need to watch this because, matter of fact, I'm finna cut it on. So maybe now I'll probably take my butt to bed. But it's called Awareness. It's on Prime. It's called Awareness. And yeah. And in this picture, it talks about, well, I didn't even watch it. I went to sleep on it. But it's about how they can have the ability to project you into a reality that you're not even in. Or basically make you think that your whole environment done changed, like augmented reality, or put you in this virtual reality type of mindset to where you still doing. So say this is one of the things that happened. So the dude was driving a car, the police officer driving a car. This is how it started off. So they running from the law. The police driving the car, chasing him, right? And so they made the police think that big balls of hell started falling out of the sky. And so the police officer, he driving, chasing them. Next thing you know, he dodging hell, and hell hitting his car, busting his windshield, just doing all kind of stuff. And then he end up losing. They end up losing him. The car flip over. He wrecked, slide all the way up to a gas station, and he step up out the car, right? And then after he pulled over after the car done slid over into the gas station from him wrecking, I guess the dude let up the mind control. And then when he let up the mind control, he just got out there. He just stepped outside the police car, and he was like, "What in the hell?" He like, "How did I get here?" Because I thought I was just in a wreck, but the car ain't nothing wrong with the car. The guy come out of the store asking, "You all right?" You know, that type of shit. And so basically it give you the ability that there's something happening to you and ain't shit really happening to you. So in other words, don't make you kill yourself out of fear.
Yeah.
And I was watching this other movie called Resonator. And in this movie Resonator, they talk about how the scientists figured out the frequency to stimulate the pineal gland. And in stimulating the pineal gland, it actually allows you to go or be able to see into the other dimensions. And so, and how they stimulate this pineal gland is with sound, of course. And it allows you to see in the different dimensions. And so, the thing about it is that those dimensions are intangible until they become tangible. So basically meaning that once you can see it, y'all can touch each other. They can kill you. And you can kill them too, though. You know what I'm saying? But normally, like, we walk around all day long and we can't see into the other dimensions. But we probably walk through each other, you know what I'm saying, all day long. But the very day that we can see them or the other dimension, they can see us, it's like, y'all can kill each other. And so one of the things that I took, because I be taking note to the shit they be saying. And so what I did come from is that they was like, long as you're calm, they will be calm. But the moment your energy gets up too high, you become a target. And so I'll be paying attention to that type information. Because that type information is the shit you need to have. Because they ain't put,
That's why I've been working on being around certain insects and stuff and not scared.
Mm-hmm.
Like the wasps and stuff be fine. Because I know I'm not allergic, but either way, if you're calm around them, they'll just fly on. If you just act like they is not even there, they'll just fly on. I watched them. They kind of appreciate me from back here with this air conditioner, because whenever the air conditioner, whenever that exhaust water and stuff come out of the damn thing, wasps will come and getting them drops of water and flying off and come back, get some, and they will fly.
Facts.
The devil is what you want as well. Mama said that, you know what? I ain't never thought about it like that. I said exactly. So when people get what they want, you gotta think about where it came from. Who was you really asking?
Mm-hmm.
Who was you really asking? Depending on what it was that you wanted.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
They come down with that. That's right. Depending on what the hell you wanted.
Depending on what you want.
Because if you asking for material things, and you asking the devil. If you asking for wisdom and understanding, you asking God.
That's right.
Because God ain't never promised no riches.
No.
Not in material.
Not in materials. Mm-mm. No.
Not in material. Only the devil did that.
These people be praying and they be showing it on TV, and people be in church talking about praying for this new job to make more money. Look. Thank the Lord
I know, right?
Yeah, think about where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Because they pray for it and they pray for it more than one time.
Mm-hmm.
Pray every night about it. Look, they gonna say, keep on praying about it. Your prayers get answered.
They sure will.
Like it sure will. It all depends on who you're talking to, too.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why I pray for patience, understanding, wisdom, not material things. Material things gonna fall by the wayside.
Mm-hmm. Cause it was material things and not what we supposed to be after. And that's why I remember when Brother Bobby Hemmett was like, Bobby Hemmett done studied in depth. You know what I'm saying? He was like, out of all the ancient stuff, he said that he have read and gone through to understand and talking it over with other scholars. We don't supposed to be on nothing material. He say all the information that was left behind by the ancient people was about spirituality. It ain't have nothing to do with material things or rebuilding the planet or taking back over the planet. It ain't have nothing to do with nothing spirituality.
None of that. Exactly. None of that.
You got Negroes trying to be like Europeans. We need to secure a spot right here on this planet. And which is, I get it. That's living in the physical. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm with Bobby Hemmett at. We need to tear this motherfucker up and rebuild it all over again. Because I'm like, when are we going to get tired of this?
Right.
We ain't tired yet. And especially the way people are treated now by the government. Like, come on, we need to be trying to tie this motherfucker up versus trying to uphold it.
Right.
We still trying to uphold it. More black people than ever starting businesses. We need to be trying to tie this shit down so we can get some equality. Because a lot of the businesses we started ain't businesses of real significance. Like banks and insurance companies and money companies. Like, we need to be building some finance companies so we can finance ourselves. Like, we still ain't talking about segregation yet. We still trying to get a people.
Live with these motherfuckers.
Huh?
They still trying to live with these motherfuckers.
Yeah, they still trying to tell the white man to open the door for me, make a spot for me.
Right.
Instead of doing our own damn thing.
Right.
We still trying to be a part of his system. And the whole time and trying to yeah, and trying to make him change his system to better fit us. Why not create our own system?
Right.
Why we ain't focused on that part? Stop trying to make him change his policies in his system. He do what he want to do in his system. Let's create our own.
That's right.
Like, when we gonna get tired? When we gonna get tired? But we can't get tired. We too busy trying to get the money versus build a foundation. Cause we want to look good. See, we want to look good first.
Everybody always want to look good. That's all I see.
Yeah, nigga want to look good first versus building the foundation. And they got everybody so separated and segregated, and money does a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
Money brings forth individualism. But when everybody poor, we work together better.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Niggas get money. Oh, it's about me now.
It's a me thing. Yeah, that's it.
It's about me now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna build my this or my that. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, I done worked my way up, so I ain't trying to be around here around with y'all niggas, and I ain't trying to help build shit up. I'm finna go this way.
oh yeah, it's about me now.
That's right.
It's about me now. I ain't mad at you, you know what I'm saying? Can't be mad at you, but at the same time I can be like, hold on. The foundation can't be built in individualism. It takes too long.
That's right.
It takes too long. It takes too long. See, and the thing about it, we ain't got that kind of time no more. And what people gonna ultimately have to come to recognize that time is really running out, and we need to get on this love shit ASAP.
Yeah.
We need to get on the love shit ASAP. Because if we don't, we gonna fuck around and be in a trap. Because I do understand that right now we're at a pinnacle where the vibration of the earth is gonna shift based off how we shift. And right now we shifting into individualism and ratchetness. You know what I'm saying? Like we trending on some very low vibrational shit. I put it that way. Individualism, we trending on very low vibrational shit.
Yes, they are. They really are. They really are. They are.
So all we can do is enhance it. And the worse it get, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse because people don't know how to work together. People ain't looking to work together. They looking to get them first.
No.
And that's gonna cause chaos. That's gonna cause chaos. Cause imagine if the money collapsed tomorrow, and we haven't learned how to love each other, or we haven't learned how to work together. It's gonna be mayhem in the streets. Ain't nobody gonna be safe.
Hell no.
Ain't nobody gonna be safe. Cause everybody on individualism versus understanding we can work together.
You know what? That just goes to show that the Jim Crow plan works.
Yeah, and the government plan work because they want us in on this individualism until the aliens show up. Then they gonna tell us that's why we need to be a collective. Problem, reaction, solution. They put us on this individualism role. Cause that's why we playing this part. Cause it's all about. Cause that's what capitalism lead to. The haves versus have-nots. You know what I'm saying? We better than the next motherfucker.
Yeah.
My car flyer than yours, and so they got us on this individualism. So when the aliens show up, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we need to be a collective," and that's gonna give reason to be a part of the collective because you're gonna be like, nigga, that goes some aliens. Some shit you ain't never seen before.
Right.
And so now your money ain't gonna matter no more. Which it did matter from the start, but you didn't know that.
Right. Now, all it really mattered then, but it really damn sure don't matter now.
It's facts. It really don't matter now. But it didn't matter in the first place. And so I'm gonna show you it didn't matter because you ain't gonna see it for yourself. And so it's like people, we gotta do better, and we running out of time to make that betterness happen. But I think we can pull it off when the right people stand up.
Yeah.
When people start hearing the right words. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, I don't know where the right words coming from, but when people start hearing the right words, hopefully they'll be able to take heed. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Hopefully. That's just real talk. Hopefully. Because time is of the essence.
Of the essence.
Time is of the essence.
You got a lot of people that's so brainwashed, they just going to work and going home. Going to work and going home. Ain't filling their head with anything of substance that's going to prep you up to what's to come.
Yeah.
Or not believe that it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Got some people that are just oblivious to it. Mm-hmm. It's like they think about it all.
Mm-hmm. All they think about is what they're going to do on their job tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's why I say the Lord going to come like a thief in the night, because ain't nobody looking for it.
That's right.
That's why he going to appear like a thief, because you wasn't looking. Shit, you didn't see it coming.
Nope.
Because you wasn't damn looking.
I mean, that's too late.
Mm-hmm.
Damn late.
Too late. Too late, man. But, they're going to find out. Because, I watched some TV commercials back in the day, right? This was going to be crazy. I was going to bring this up too early a while ago about how the Lord could possibly be a serpent too. They didn't tell you what the Lord was, but the serpent had enough power to where he can come over there and talk to you. That's
I know. That's what I was talking about. Like, I was trying to understand that even when I was younger. Like, he was just over there just talking.
Mm-hmm. They should have told people right then that aliens existed.
The shapeshifter.
That's right. They should have told us right there.
And too, if he can talk to you as a saint, it's scary.
But people still, aliens ain't real. Nigga, you call yourself a Christian, you gotta know aliens real. Or something real.
Look, if they believe the story of Adam and Eve, then yes, you do.
I know it. Come on now. You talking about a talking snake?
See, when you bring that common sense to their ass, you sit there like looking stupid.
And then on top of that was a talking snake. When the Lord told me he'll go in his belly, henceforth, he didn't say he gonna stop talking.
That's right.
Shit, so it gotta be a talking snake somewhere. Shit. Shit. There gotta be a talking snake somewhere.
Yeah, there's a talking snake out there somewhere.
Yeah, right, somewhere.
He sure enough got her to put on some clothes after that good old talk.
Mm-hmm. A standing upright damn snake. See, come on, man. That's upright standing reptile that can talk. That's a damn alien. Oh yeah, this what my point was. So I forget what year it was. It's been probably about at least 6-7 years ago. I was watching Fox News, I think it was. Fox on CNN 1. They were talking about how, what they said, it's something, how did this shit go? It was something about some damn dinosaurs. It may be some intelligent dinosaurs. This was on the news. They said it may be some intelligent dinosaurs that could have, what did they say? Maybe some intelligent dinosaurs. Something about returning on returning in spaceships, and they could be our God. This was on the news.
What?
This was on the news. And I was like, wow. They talking about some intelligent dinosaurs.
Okay.
Intelligent dinosaurs that could be our gods. I was like, wow. And they talking about them in a damn spaceship.
And how the hell they know that?
It was something. They had said something. I just can't remember it all because it's been so damn long ago. It was something they had found or something. Some kind of information they had came across, they said, but I don't remember what they said. Well, like, look at this shit here. And see, like, a lot of this reptilian stuff, like, well, I learned about David Icke a long time ago. And so when I was looking into it, you could find a lot of this information. And that was before, like, social media really got going and all that type of stuff. The internet was fairly new. I think back then when I was doing all that research, hell, I think it was MySpace was the hitting thing back then.
Yeah, MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace. And Black Planet.
Black Planet,
Yeah, MySpace and Black Planet were hitting back then. That when I was doing a lot of researching. And yeah, Facebook, none of that shit was thought of.
Mm-hmm.
And I was seeing this thing. I seen this one document talking about how dinosaurs, or this reptilian race, evolved from dinosaurs, or they either I think it said they evolved from dinosaurs, or God created them to be a dinosaur, genetically modified a dinosaur or some shit like that. But so it's not that they some alien race per se, but they are evolution of dinosaurs that were intelligent, that could talk and all this type of shit. But they been here on the planet the whole time. And they were talking about how they the dinosaur, which they said was like a raptor type of thing, was working with scientists way back then, genetically modifying people. Cause back then you could find pictures of reptilian babies. That's they green with red eyes and all kind of shit. That was back then when the internet was a lot more authentic. It wasn't a whole lot of CGI and all that type of stuff where people just using AI to create stuff.
Yeah.
It's been around a long time.
Mm-hmm.
In this doggone circuit.
Yeah.
We don't know if this Lord was a serpent or not. It don't say. But we know he was physical. And at that it do say. Well, they want to tell you that God wasn't down here running and kissing folks and all that stuff. The book clearly tell you that he was down here running and kissing people and getting on a knee and all that type of stuff. It's all in here. It's all in here. But they tell you that God is a spirit. And the book tell you that God is a physical man. Like, cause can't no spirit. What use do a spirit have in kissing and getting down on a knee and running after he was running after somebody. I have to go back to read the book again. I'm gonna start back reading the Bible, man. I'm gonna die, man.
This is I mean, really, yeah. That definitely, I've got to do that. I have to get back on in there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, like, people better read this stuff for what it is. And I mean, and a lot of it right there in your faith, but they still don't take for what it is. Just like the sheep shall be led to the slaughterhouse. But everybody, Jesus is the shepherd. So that means you a sheep, or the Lord is the shepherd, and you the sheep. And then it tell you that the sheep gonna be led to the slaughterhouse. So the Lord if he the niggas leading the sheep, then he leading us leading us to die.
Right.
I mean, how much simpler does that get? Are people not putting it together? They may not be putting it together, just like they didn't know, they ain't recognize that the first commandment the Lord gave Adam was to till the ground or to mine that gold and onyx. That was the first commandment. So there's a lot of stuff people just missing.
Yeah.
They're missing. Yeah. I was listening to Crazy Ted. He was like, Mama, if the Lord loved everybody, wouldn't he want everybody to go to heaven? She was like,
right.
She was like, well, yeah. He was like, well, why in the hell he speaking in parables? Well, some people you may get it, you may not get it. Well, shit.
I mean, hey.
Yeah.
These are questions that we had when we were younger, but it was just so taboo to talk to them about stuff like that. We just didn't.
So they
that same question, like, why, if he, love us, why, wouldn't everybody go to heaven? Why everybody gotta go to hell?
And why would you speak to what everybody won't understand? Why you didn't just make it plain?
Plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
I said, don't that sound like deception? If it ain't plain and simple, that could be considered deception, right? Deceitful, right? She was like, yeah. I said, don't that sound like the traits of the devil?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's hard for you to swallow. But if you analyze it, I mean, it is what it is. And I ain't gonna make it more than what it ain't.
Right.
If it's a possibility to be deceived, then it's a possibility to be deceived. It's just that simple. And if the deception came from the Lord, then he awfully similar to the devil. Because if I can recall, deception is one of the devil's greatest traits. The deceiver, the master of deception.
Mm-hmm.
And a parable is definitely deception. That's why it's called a parable, meaning there's two ways to look at it.
Two ways to look at it. Mm-hmm.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
That's what parable means.
Yep.
And so if you speaking in parcel tongue, and that's the language of the serpent, if you speaking in Parcel tongue, which is the language of the serpent, wouldn't that mean the Lord that you a serpent? If you say the serpent speak double tongue, and you turn around and speak in double tongue, ain't you telling me you a serpent?
Pretty much.
I mean, I'm asking you. I want to make sure I'm understanding.
Oh. Well, that makes you a snake.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yep. That makes you a snake.
How you gonna be practicing the same thing you saying this thing or this snake over here doing?
That's right.
You say the snake talk double talk, but you talk double talk.
Sounds the same to me.
It sounds the same to me.
Mm-hmm. That sounds the same to me.
It sounds the same to me. I ain't gonna try to make it what it ain't. I'm gonna call it like it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call it like it is. I remember my stepmom, she was like, how'd you get like this, the way you get your type of understanding from, right? And I said, it basically comes from me reading the book as a child without no adult interference. I said the problem with adults is they want to tell you what the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was talking in my podcast about the brainwashing.
Yeah. Yep.
They want to tell you what to think versus you leaning to your own understanding. But they tell you not to lean into your own understanding, but that's what you need.
That's exactly what you need. That's what I did. I leaned into my own understanding, and Mama probably just shook her head, and I was like, "Well, I've got to see this the way I'm reading this. Like, this is what it sounds like to me."
The part that be making me, I'd be like I was telling Nam, I'm like, you read this book every day, and you ain't came to the understanding there's something wrong with the Lord. Like, how can you read this book every day and ain't came to the conclusion that something might be up? That's why I called it and say it's been a hijack.
Yeah.
It ain't that the book been hijacked. No, people's mind been hijacked.
That's right.
People's mind been hijacked.
All the way.
It's a hijack done took place. Like, come on now. Come on. And I know they got people. I'm like, if the Jews is Lord people, why you serving it? If you ain't no damn Jew, why you serving them? How is it benefiting you?
Right.
Because, I mean, if you read the book, obviously there's two different people on the planet. There's a group of people that belong to the Lord. He called it his creation. He formed man from the dust. And then there's the people made by God. That was made out of the image.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the image and likeness of God. And then the Lord came along and he made his creation. So it's two different people on the planet. It's people that belong to God, if you want to say they belong to God. But see, God's so humble. That's what I love about God. And that's how you know God is a female. See, God's so humble that God created everything and said, here you go. That's why when I said the podcast, I'm going to try to stop saying he. Because God is so humble. It has to be a female. See, when you come dealing with the Lord, this nigga is so arrogant, it got to be a male.
Yeah, because you can't have the feminine energy without the masculine energy. They're both there. They're both there because look at us.
Yeah, and it's blatant if you just look at the attributes.
There you go.
You look at the attributes. That's gonna tell you that tell it all.
Mm-hmm.
That tell it all. That tell it all. This nigga so arrogant, boy. Like, he gotta be a male. Got to be.
I believe so.
You gotta be. Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to get out there and start back going through this book.
Because I got little markers in my book. I'm going to go back and read and keep reading the passages.
Yeah, and see, the Lord is also like, I just open the book and it say, woe to the bloody cities. Wherefore thus saith the Lord, woe to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein and whose scum is not gone out of it. Bring it out piece by piece. Let not Lot fall upon it. So he trying to save Lot. Okay, this is Ezekiel, so he saving Lot. I just reading through it. But you notice how the Lord loved dealing with blood.
What?
I mean, he loved dealing with blood. Blood, like, turns him on.
Obviously, honey, because listen.
Kill something, sacrifice something.
I thought it was strange to me when the first time I took communion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The little bread is a representative of my body, and the wine is the representative of my blood. Take ye and eat all.
Mm-hmm. Cannibalism.
And I said to myself, you know, this is what they used to say. Now, if you feel that you don't need to do it, it's a ceremony, then you can excuse yourself.
Mm-hmm.
They said it in church. And I was like, wow. So, I'm like, okay, why are we eating his body and drinking of his blood?
Mm-hmm. Cannibalism. Cause your Lord is a damn serpent, a reptile, and you do the same shit he do. That's why they killing so much. That's why they doing the shit they do. Why would a Lord choose a blood sacrifice over pickings of the fresh fruit and berries and shit from the land?
Right.
Why would he choose Abel's sacrifice over Cain's fruits and vegetables?
Right.
And we know that when something is sacrificed, typically when we sacrifice something, we sacrifice it to eat it.
Right. Right. It's gonna get ate.
It's gonna get ate. And so it's like we just missing the whole point out. We missing it all. But people better get ready, cause they finna see these damn reptiles, and when people find out they the damn government, that's what it's gonna really be mind blowing. Really gonna be damn mind blowing.
Oh yeah, boy, it's gonna blow.
That's gonna be real mind blowing then.
I know that's right.
And see, all they doing is trying to prepare society to show themselves. That's all. And I be today I was listening to these people that be talking that alien talk and how these aliens be abducting them at night, and they talking about these aliens is benevolent, and they want to help uplift humanity and take humanity to the next level and this and that and that and this. I'm like, this shit makes no sense. You know why it don't make sense? Because if you was really trying to help people to raise themselves up to a high level of consciousness, why you don't just go in and fuck the government up so we can do that? Why you having to come to individuals when you can just go fuck the government up if you really from outer space and you really got all this power? Why you don't just go fuck the government up and take over and be like, hey people, your government been playing you. We here to help you.
Right. Right.
Wouldn't that make more sense than going from individual to individual and trying to tell them like, oh look, raise your kundalini. Come on, man. Shit, just go stop the government in their tracks if you really trying to help everybody.
If you're trying to help everybody, I mean, damn.
Yeah, if you're trying to help everybody, just go stop the government in their tracks and address people through television. That way you can talk to everybody at once and be like, look, your government been on some bullshit. We took them over because they finna run you into the ground or whatever. We here to save you from your government.
That's right. That's,
Wouldn't that make most sense?
Yeah, well, a hell of a lot of sense on what the hell is going on and letting this shit go down like this.
Yeah, like, come on. If you an alien race and you done came here from billions of miles away and you really was out to help us and you knew we were dealing with some bullshit, why not address that? Like, why not address that part?
I know it.
Address that part. Help us with that shit. You got our attention. You got our attention. And so get what? That's how they gonna try to get our attention. They gonna let it get bad. And then they gonna show up. And then they gonna be like, oh, we got a common enemy. Ain't that what his name say? Eisenhower. If we had one common enemy with that JFK, if we had one common enemy, we'd see how little differences we really have. We have one common enemy. It was some president said that shit. Might have been Bush or something. It was somebody. And so that's when they coming. When shit in chaos. And so they're gonna show up like, oh, because of our presence, the chaos stopped. And so we gonna start back, man. What's this movie I watch? They got a movie about this shit. What is this movie? I can't think of the movie. Check this shit out. So the world was all messed up. And so the world was all messed up. They was warring or something, about to go to war or something. So this UFO appeared in the sky. Big ass UFO appeared in the sky. And this side in the sky for ever. Once it appeared in the sky, it stayed in the sky. And so they was trying to shoot it down for a while. They were wondering what was going on. So eventually they sent down for a messenger, picked this boy up in this airpod, brought him back up to the ship. And so put him in a room and God was standing behind this damn mirror glass, so the boy couldn't see him. But he was talking to the boy. He was like, I need you to be my ambassador on earth and tell people why I'm here and this and that. And so tell the people on earth I'm here to save them, this and that. So they were mad because he was on to talk to that boy and this and that. And so for months went on, he was like, kept telling them, why don't you show yourself? And then people will be more convincing of whatever you asking. And he was like, people are not ready to see me yet. And so about 2 years went by. He was like, okay, I'm ready to show myself. And in them 2 years, they done cleaned up all the pollution in the water, in the ocean. They done made food for everybody to have, and then did all kind of miraculous stuff, right?
Yeah.
So this nigga get ready to have a grand finale. When I tell you, the people were like, when this red-winged goat foot horn-headed devil stepped off the damn spaceship. Like he really looked like the devil in the cartoon, except for the devil in the cartoon had the pitchfork. This nigga had wings and a pitchfork. This nigga had wings and a pitchfork. The people were like, "Oh shit!" They was like, "We've been praising you." And so he was like, "Be calm." You know, he tells them, "Don't worry, I come in peace." And people were like, they were scared, but they kind of accepted it. They're like, "I come to do no," because he been helping them for the past 2 years. He been here. He just ain't nobody never seen him. And so after he showed himself, he started telling people, "Oh, we need your children. We want to save your children, this and that. Because the planet is going to be destroyed, this and that." I'm like, see, that's the whole setup.
Mm-hmm.
The whole setup. Mm-hmm. And we already know they want the children because they eating them.
That's right.
We know they want the children. And that's why I wasn't really meant to go into that dust and shit on the show, but when it caught my attention, I'm like, hold on. I'm just recognizing this myself. I'm like, hold on. The damn man made out of dust, and then he telling the serpent to eat the dust. I'm like, whoa, they ain't catch this because I just caught it my damn self. I'm like, hold on. The Lord kicked Adam and Eve out the garden and then told the serpent to eat them. I say, the preacher ain't told me that God punished them 2 times. Like, the preacher ain't tell me they were punished twice by the Lord. They just tell you that they were kicked out the garden. He ain't tell me that now I'm a food source.
Yep. Hell yeah.
And see, the Lord probably eat them too. Why? Because we already established that the Lord is a snake too, is a reptile too. Because he double talk, just like he say the serpent does.
That's right.
He double talk too. And we already know that the Lord created man to damn mind gold. Because he sure didn't form man and then tell man to praise him. The first commandment he gave man was to mine that gold and silver. Well, mine the gold and onyx stone. Dress the land. That's the first commandment. He ain't say nothing about, well, you should praise me.
Sure did.
He say nothing about you should praise me. So it wouldn't surprise me if why he made you a food source, cause I only made you to damn mine this gold. I'm gonna get back to reading because I'm gonna find some more stuff out because it's been so long since I read it. This will be interesting reading it this time. And I was talking to his mama, and I talked to her mama, and she was like, we don't go by the Old Testament no more. I said, well, why not? She was like, we under the blood now. We under the New Testament. I said, don't the Old Testament still apply? She was like, well, yeah.
Apply because it's a part of it.
Yeah, she was like, well, yeah. She was like, well, that's the law. We under grace now. I said, go out there and tell that police officer you moving under grace and see when he lock your ass up. He gonna tell you that the law still apply. I bet you he'll tell you the law still apply. Shit, if this the law, I don't give a damn that you under grace. The law still applies.
That's right. That's right.
Shit, grace only come when the law gives it to you.
That's right. That's right.
Like I said, the people probably don't want y'all to read in the Old Testament because of all the stuff the Lord done.
No one don't pay attention to what all the stuff the Lord done. That show breeze across there. That like crazy when we was younger. That didn't get talked about much. It did, but it did.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all didn't talk about all the good juicy parts. Y'all didn't talk about the war parts. Mm-hmm. Y'all didn't talk about the cursed people. You didn't talk about that enough.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't talk about none of that enough for us to understand and put all this together. But I started tuning out like, unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like something was left out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I got the other Bible that I had. It was really old. It was a white Bible. Corey Daddy ended up finding my Bible. Probably came to my church. He ended up finding my Bible. This Bible that I have is 1990, but that other Bible was a lot older than that one. Mm-hmm. It was white. We had got the Bible from church.
Mm-hmm.
So that was right there had all the Taoist and Yi and Taoist and Taoist and all of that was in there.
And it's very blatant to see that the Lord people are European. Because all you got to do is know a little history. And so if the Lord was bringing his people out of Egypt and the Lord was against Egypt, Egypt was the land of black folk.
Right.
And only in history, the only people that was in Egypt that came out of Egypt was Greece. That's why you got so many gods in Greece just like in Egypt. Mm-hmm. And we know Greece is full of Europeans. Mm-hmm. And who running shit? Europeans. Yeah. So who was the Lord people? Europeans. Mm-hmm. Why the Lord ain't doing the shit he used to do no more? Because he done put the Europeans in place. He could leave now.
That's right.
His job was done.
Mm-hmm.
Why he coming back to check up on shit?
Yep, that's it. I'm gonna check on it.
Come and check up on shit.
Mm-hmm.
He left his people in place. His job was done. Where was the land of the giants? North America. How do I know that? Because the land that the giants was in was called Amorita. Mm-hmm. America. Mm. When the Lord came in and conquered the Amorita, they set up their damn 13 colonies.
Damn.
The land where the giants was right here in North America. The oldest people in the world is right here in North America. This was the land of the giants. All the ancients live in North America. And they all niggas.
Yep.
And niggas is waiting on a God to save them, not knowing that they is the damn God. But they'll figure that out in time.
Yep. That's true.
In time, they will know. Like, thank you guys for checking out the show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it rung some bells. I hope it made you think. Because that's what's important. The thought process. What are you thinking? If you got something you would like to say about this show or like to add to this show in the process of this thought movement, hit me up at Dkonmaverick@gmail.com. I thank you for joining the episode. Again, I got another show coming that I'll be dropping probably later this week or sometime next week, so look out for it. And again, I appreciate all my followers that have subscribed to know when I drop a show. They get that notification and they come check in with me. So I appreciate you guys again, and thank you. One love, which we're all trying to get to. We're trying to open that heart chakra up, you know what I'm saying? Because love is the energy at this moment. That green light. Love is the energy. We have to cross that green. We have to come to the heart chakra in order to get to heaven or to get to the crown chakra. You got to go through Jesus. That's what the love is about. You cannot come to the Father except that you go through the Son. This is all esoteric information. The next podcast that I drop will be an esoteric podcast, but it's simple. Like, it's simple because every episode, if you have not figured it out by now, we drop a lot of game in these episodes. Granted, you may not like the way it is delivered, but if you can just bath through the ignorancy, meaning, you know what I'm saying, like the laughing, the profanity, if you can just make it through all of that, you know what I'm saying, which that is done intentionally, you know what I'm saying, because I know who I am. And so I do a lot of things intentionally to disguise myself. Maybe I shouldn't have told you that part. But either way it go, if you can just make it through the hoopla and just listen, you will gain something from listening to all these podcasts. I can guarantee you that, because this podcast talks about life and trying to understand this thing, because this is our focus, to understand what we're in. Once we begin to understand what we're in, we can do something about it, because currently this is a prison. The prison is controlled by our own minds. Once we get this understanding, we can change our mind, change the prison. And prison is prism, which is a light frequency, a light spectrum. We're on a certain type of light spectrum that can be changed by thought. But we have to stop thinking we don't have power. As individually, our power is very limited. But as a collective, we can change this bitch. We can change the appearance, everything about this place, we can change it with collective thought. That's why moving into this feminine energy and back into this darkness is going to be such a big event. Because darkness is cohesive. It is whole. Only the light is segregated. Darkness is whole. So moving into this feminine energy, we're going to have to move as a collective. If we cannot get into a collective frame of thought, the current light will begin to dismantle us. And I don't really want to get into what's all that's about. You should know by now. You see what they doing. If you don't see what they doing, then you ain't paying enough attention. So I thank you guys for coming in. I wish you the best. I hope you wish me the best. And we're going to make it through this thing together through mental fortitude. Mental fortitude means taking some kind of action. You know what I'm saying? It requires some kind of action, and you will hear that in this next podcast to come out. That it takes sacrifice. Sacrifice is the sacrificing of energy. You're gonna have to give up something to get something. And because, like I said before, because we didn't want to shut this thing down, they gonna do it on their own time. And because they gonna do it, you ain't gonna be prepared. So begin to get some seeds, get your mind right, get trash bags, get them gallon trash bags, especially if shit's still getting cold where you live. If there's a serious power outage, I learned this from talking to the homeless. They wear trash bags under their clothes. Like, talk to people that's doing the opposite of you. We gotta stop looking down on people, and we gotta stop doing a whole lot of shit. Like, the world just fucked up right now, and only we can fix it. Ain't nobody coming to save you. We gonna have to do this ourselves. So you're gonna have to get information from any and everybody, because everybody got game. Don't look down on a person because they might not have what you have, ain't living like you living. They got some kind of game, I guarantee you. They got some game they can put you on. They got game. Everybody got some kind of game, because everybody is good at what they do. My favorite slogan I've been saying for, I know, at least about 20 years now. Don't be the drug dealer that the crackhead can't tell nothing. That's going on the shirt. The first person I see with my shit, I'm suing your ass. Don't be the drug dealer that the crackhead can't tell nothing. I love y'all. Marinate on that for a second. I'm out.